Hey Diablo community, this is Jonathan, and in this video I would like to share on how I farm resonance as free to play. By saying farming resonance, I do not mean farming the resonance, the legendary crest, by waiting weekly for the crest merchant for the free crests, or shadow wars or events, none of that. So this method is you pretty much can gain eternal legendary crests with no cap. So the method is pretty simple. It's not a bright idea or whatever. It just takes a lot of effort and some time depending. So, do you know how other players they try to farm platinums using multiple accounts? And what they do is they run them in the dungeon and they wait for the normal gem to drop. So this method, I've tried that before. I did not like it. It's kind of slow compared to the thing that I'm doing now. So it's somewhat similar to what I'm doing, except of farming normal gems, you're gonna be farming 5-star gems. So the concept is this: you create 3 accounts, you boost them all to level 36 simultaneously, and then uh, do the LaSalle quest. Because once you're level 36, you can finally do the LaSalle quest, create a warband, and do the warband raid. And once you get the voucher, you buy the Eternal Legendary Crest and run them in Elder Rift. Hope for a 5-star drop, and if it drops, sell it at the auction house, and then you transfer the platinum to your main character. How you transfer that platinum is pretty simple. So, for example, my main character will buy Berserker's Eye, 1 star, for 1,000 platinum, and then after 2 days, after the cooldown, I will sell it for 2,000 to my alternate character. So uh, you can criticize this and say that it takes too long and it's tedious. Uh, from my experience, I've been min-maxing my ways to level them up, to boost them up. I can get 3 level 36 characters in about 3 hours. So that's 3 eternal legendary crest per 3 hours. So that's on average 1 eternal crest per hour. Yeah, I think it's pretty good because some people they grind dungeons for 12 hours just to get the set items, and most of the time they don't even get what they want. They don't get 3 stats or whatever. And even if you do get it, it can still it's not that rewarding. Uh, but at least resonance is something that it feels very rewarding. I think most of the fun in this game is seeing the white chest drop. So this is one way to do it, and you can pretty much do this unlimited times. So once they're all level 36, you buy the voucher by killing LaSalle, and you need around 1,600 platinums to purchase it. So while you're boosting them, boosting your characters, you will be able to drop some normal gems, and in these normal gems, you sell it to your main character for an overpriced until you reach 1,600. So let's say you did it, you did level 36, etc., and you did the Elder Rift, and all it dropped was 1 stars. That's okay because the nice thing about this is once you put in the time investment, you can pretty much do this every week for free. Uh, so once you get the 1 star gem, you just sell it for an overpriced rate to your main character for until you get 1,600 platinums, and then do it again per week. Uh, so I think this week I've gotten around 600 to 700,000 platinum this week alone from harvesting from my characters. I have around 100 characters doing this weekly, and most of it I shared to my wife. She's an avid player, and this week's loot I gave it to my wife, and that's why I look my platinum's kind of low right now. But yeah, so the way I do it to make it fast is yeah, level 1 to 10 manually, run them all together using multiple phones or using multiple clients in a computer or multiple clients in one phone. It does not matter as long as you run them all together. And then From level 10 to 20, you run them in Forgotten Tower. Once you're level 20, you can finally queue here at the Challenge Rift. And then here, this is where you boost them up to level 36. And then, yeah. So pretty much, once they're level 36, do the quest, kill Asal, do your Elder Rifts. So the more you do, the more weekly harvest that you can get from the Eternal Crests. So this is kind of fun, but also very tedious at the same time. Uh, but I could argue that most of the fun in this game is seeing the white chest drop rather than the green drop from dungeons. So yeah, that's it. I hope you get your 5-star gems, and it's pretty good way. It's healthy for the game for this to do because whatever happens, the whales will still keep buying orbs because they may not have the time to invest on playing the game that much. And what happens if they're too high resonance and they do PvP? They kill free to play players. It's not that fun. But if you're a free to play player and you're high resonance, at least you give them some challenge. So that's why I think it's healthy for the game. And the more challenge you give them, the more they're more likely to spend money to to buy those orbs. So the potential for this is you can gain up to 5,000 resonance depending on how much time you put into, and depending also on the luck, etc. But I'm pretty satisfied with this method because yeah, I gained 3,000 resonance from 1,000 to 2,000 in just 2 weeks so far. And the more I do those accounts, the more weekly harvest that I will be able to gather. So that's all. I hope you have fun playing this game. I love Blizzard games. I really like how they hit our dopamine receptors. So yeah, have fun.